Alright guys, here's coyote number 14 and a 1.5 blind set. Do I feel sorry for this coyote? Yeah, I do. No wild or domestic animal should have to suffer from the effects of mange. Yeah, he's rough looking. We're gonna put him down quick. We don't want him to suffer anymore. That's coyote number 14. That explains why we ain't been caught or haven't been catching this area too much. And let's get him taken care of. Here's the second catch of the day, guys. I'll get you down here a little closer. We had a trail going underneath this cedar here. There's our raccoon. Looks to be a sow. Her belly looks pretty raw, but anyways, another coon down in a 220. So guys, my buddy Dale Billingsley and Mike Hauk turned me on to blocking down with cedars with conifers, cedar limbs a couple years ago, and I appreciate the heck out of them for it. You see here, I've always sat underneath cedars, especially when weather was coming with conifers, just to keep the snow off of them. It's a set that'll produce in bad weather, but I hadn't thought to use the cedar limbs to block it down. So there's the set. About anything that goes on that side of that rock, it's pinched down to right there. It's a gorgeous set. Appreciate it again, guys. Well, guys, I owe it to you to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, truth of it is we've had 3 coyotes stolen, 4 traps, 4 footholds stolen. And then, as you see, we've been dealing with mange. So that's just the ugly truth of it. I'm trying to be more aware. I've changed up the times I check traps and the directions I head each time. So now it's a matter of just writing down license plates and taking pictures like I used to do. So anyways, that's what's going on the trap line. We would be at, 17 coyotes if we hadn't had thefts. So here's what it is. We're at 14. There it is, guys. Coyote number 15 this morning. Got him in a snare. Real nice coyote, dark color. He's not in pain. He's rolling around. So yeah, really excited about that. First catch of the morning. Frosty morning. Run the line early. Coyote number 15. Guys, we cannot catch any more possums at this place. I mean, my lord. I keep resetting it thinking we're going to get something cool. I don't know. So far it's just Possum City and what, 1 raccoon. Guys, second coyote of the day. I hate to see this. Another one with mange. Snared crossing on a high ridge. We're going to go ahead and cut this short and get him taken care of. It's cold. I don't want him suffering. Well, guys, just so you're not clueless as to what I'm doing here, I set up this pond for a farmer, or for a rancher. Put in, I think, 5 muskrat sets yesterday. There's a few dens, but you can tell there the dirt kind of covered him up, but we got a muskrat there under the ice, so we'll bust through and get him out. Got another muskrat here, guys. These aren't big ones. You can tell they're pretty young. They're probably from this year's litter. That's alright though. Glad to have them. Muskrat number 2. Well, guys, end up with 2 today. And going to set up another pond here later today. I don't care how old you are. Never too old. Have fun catching a couple muskrats. Alright guys, first catch this morning. You recognize this little trail coming off the edge. We caught a coon here the other day. Just a killer location to catch about anything. Anyway, so let's get this skunk dispatched. Looks to be a nice one. Here's a closer up, guys. Gorgeous skunk. Huge skunk. And a 1.5. Well guys, second catch today. Got a red fox in a blind set where we caught that one the other day. Usually I would let especially a female go, but unfortunately she's blind in one eye and something's been fighting her. Not in the trap, but her overall health just doesn't seem very good. So anyways, red fox number 3 this season. Alright guys, a quick lesson about trails. So I'm kind of on a point where hills come together and there's a bottom and there's a funnel point. There's 3 trails here crossing. I stopped and I'll show you how I examine them real quick. Let's check it out. Alright guys, you see we're kind of in a creek bottom. Here's trail number 1. There's a culvert, small culvert going underneath the road. And this be a good spot to catch your raccoon and bobcats. This is a good spot for them till going under this road and that culvert. Alright, so that's trail 1. Alright guys, we're walking. We're probably 20 feet away from that last trail. Alright, you see here, we got a fence. You can see the trail. You can see what's traveling it right here in the mud. Deer tracks, right? But look at this. So here's where it gets tricky here in Iowa. Coyotes are running that same trail. Alright, so this is trail 2. Not sure I'm going to do anything on this one yet. Alright, but you come down here further, and this is where you can learn, is from looking at tracks after it snows or in the mud. You can see right here already. We got coyotes and bobcats kind of all coming together. There's actually 2 or 3 sets of tracks there. I'd slow down, but I want to show you the point. Alright, so you see it here. Here's our tracks. Here's our tracks. And there's even one there. Okay, here's where it gets a little tough too. 3rd trail right here. It splits. Off this way, off that way. That's where it can get tough because the coyotes and predators will slant a lot. So it's whatever direction they're coming. So that's when you need to look at the other side of the road and see maybe there's a better option. We'd put in 2 footholds, one on each side, right? But we got a snow coming. Alright guys, the other side of the road provided no clarity at all. It just splits off 20 different ways. It's just too open. So here's an idea that works for me a lot in situations like this. You simply select the trail you want to set the snare on when it has a split going each way, and you block the other one with a sapling, cut a sapling or something like that, and you block off the other one. That way you force the animals to your one set. And here's the fence, guys, at that deer trail. You can see here we've had 2 different coyotes. You could tell by the, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the color of the fur is not even similar. So we've had 2 coyotes come through. That's matted down, right? That's been there a little bit. This one, that's fresh. That's probably within the last, maybe last night or night before. It's still a little wiry, a little less matted down, like it's accepted moisture and aging. So anyways, yeah, might have to set up both these trails. Guys, when I say we make up the rules out here, this is what I mean. I made this look like this, right? You guys can too. It just takes a little creativity. I'll tell you what, I was horrible at art when I was a kid, right? But you just kind of learn to block down and blend stuff in and make it look natural and subtle, especially with coyotes. That's the key with coyotes, is subtle. You guys can see coming off the edge of this bridge, I had this set up with a conibear for like a bobcat or a red fox or something like that would be running, taking this edge. A big raccoon was outsmarting me for a while. He lost, but it took us a while. He kept shaking the stand, so I had to stabilize it, keep building it up, and a cedar limb over the top and a stick over the top and all kinds of stuff, but we got them. Well guys, I just did that mangy coyote remake from a couple days ago last night. I'm not close to it yet, but you can see we got a nice skunk there. He's pretty worked up, so we're gonna let him chill out for a few minutes and come back by. Well guys, we're back on that muskrat trapping. Walk up the first one, got a rat. We're pulling this pond and another pond I set just yesterday today, and we're gonna move these to another farmer's pond. Hit them hard and then them out quick. Well guys, this other pond I set up yesterday for muskrats, and we got one. Nice one too. That's what we like to see. 2 muskrats so far today. Well guys, that was a big run there at the entry, so I put a 220 in yesterday, but I knew it'd freeze, so I threw my last 110 in there. I only got a handful of muskrat traps in the truck because we're hammering on coyotes mainly. But we got a nice muskrat in that 110, so we're pretty happy with that. Call the day. Well guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. I appreciate you guys watching. We're going to keep hammering coyotes and a little bit of mixed stuff, and we've got a big blizzard coming, so it's going to be pretty intense. So tight chains. Thank you guys.
Got an outdoor-ish, catching critters and catfish here in the countryside.